Welcome to another Signify software training video. This is an example of a typical service call and how we would save that as an order inside of Signify. As with all orders, we're going to start by selecting a customer from our drop down here. And go to New Order. This is going to bring up a blank work order with our customer saved. We'll select the contact for that order. We'll give that order a name here. We'll leave the status in survey and write the location of the service call. And if there was a deadline, we go ahead and check that. If we discussed with the customer the date we would be arriving for the survey or the service call, we'd go ahead and choose a date. Yes. And then we would write inside of the submit box for the order's detail log any information that the client gave us that might be useful for the service work. And I hit submit, enter that. At this point, I'll save that. Now that our order is saved as a survey, any employee with a home page that's set to watch for survey work can now view this order. So let's open this back up. Once the survey information has been collected, the order can be updated. One of the first things I like to do with mine is to add the overview photo into this order. The way we're going to do that is by pressing capture. And I've got the photograph right here. And you just take your screen capture box. You can actually drag this to make it whatever size you want to make it. Press capture again. You see that screenshot is now saved into this order. I'll also write in the measurements that I took on this survey. This was a 4 foot by 6 foot double-sided. Now the next thing we want to enter are the items we'll be using to do the service work so that we can generate our quote. The fastest way to do that's going to be to use the line item from the estimate tab. Go into category. I'm going to select bulbs, and I will select the length bulbs that I'm going to be replacing. Those were cool white, and there were 4 of them. Now this number right here, 629, that's going to be the per bulb charge. That number is, if you go back in and view that supply, you'll see that in the supply form, that bulb actually costs you $3.90. The markup is $2.39. So this number reflects the profit that you intend to make on that bulb. The next thing I'll enter is the ballast. We'll select one. Now if there's something specific that you need to add to the service work that you don't want to add to your supply list, you enter that as a special order. In this case, we're going to add a dusk till dawn light, and I don't have that as a line item, so we'll add dusk Still on sensor. And state the value of it, $25. And we need one of them. And lastly, we will enter the labor and travel time to the estimate. This is going to be service call for cabinet. And estimate this at a 2.5 hour job to replace everything. And the distance to the site, we have 1 trip. We press add. This calculation is going to take into consideration the hourly rate, including the estimated drive time to and from, as well as factor in a mileage charge for the shop vehicle. Now at this point the estimate is ready for customer confirmation. We can do this in one of 2 ways. We could either go to our email tab and send confirmation. This is going to bring up our email form with the confirmation contract. We would use their positive response as a digital signature for this job. Or we could go to print. That's going to bring up our confirmation quote, which is something we can keep as a hard copy, have the customer sign that, and that would again bind them into our terms of the payment. After confirmation is sent out, this order can move towards waiting for approval. I'll set myself up a reminder for Tuesday and send them our automatic waiting for approval status so that they know that they need to respond to our email. You see that Butler's Plumbing has been moved into my waiting list. Once we've received their confirmation, whether through the hard copy or the digital signature, we could then schedule this for the install. Now once we've saved this and it's been set for the installation, we won't send him the install email, but we do see that the supply request has popped up. We'll see that our lamps and our ballast are something that we could request, or we could email our supplier, or we could select that we've purchased it manually and make a phone call to them ordering these. We'll send a request to our purchase manager. We'll see that our plumbing service call is scheduled for Wednesday. You go back into the job and you see that these 2 supplies have been requested. For more training videos, please check out our website. Thank you for watching.